Hey everyone, welcome to Torque Wagon. I just bought my first zero-turn mower. Stick around if you want to find out why I bought the one I did. Okay, so I'm here with my new Gravely ZT-HD 60. It's the zero-turn mower that I chose to buy over a couple other brands, and I'm going to tell you why. So let's get started. If you like product reviews like this, or if you want to learn more about my diesel Suburban project, or my 71 C10 that I'm working on, or my Dodge Magnum that I've been driving for 6 or 7 years, click the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications, and that way you'll get caught up on everything that I'm doing. Thanks. Okay. Like I said before, this is a 2021 Gravely ZT-HD with a 60-inch deck. It has a Kawasaki FR series engine, the FR730V, which has 24 horsepower. It has Hydro Gear ZT3100 transaxles, which are kind of entry-level commercial axles. .22 by 12-inch tires with 12-inch wheels. 10-gauge fabricated steel deck. Another nifty feature here. Access to the belts. Foot operated deck lift. And there's the cutting height controls. So why did I choose the Gravely ZT-HD? A couple different reasons. So I have, I'll go out in the light here. I have about 2 acres to mow. Slight incline the whole time. A little bit more over on this side. So I really wanted a mower that was going to be able to handle my 2 acres pretty quickly, because I like to spend time with my family, that would also hold up over the course of time. So I actually started out looking at mowers at the big box stores, like Husqvarna, some Cub Cadet stuff, and Ariens, which seemed to be one of the better brands from the box stores like Lowe's and Home Depot. My main beef with the box stores is they don't offer service, and if something goes wrong, you're kind of out of luck. You have to take it to a dealership anyway, and then wait in line while they work on their customers' stuff, and then get to yours eventually. So I didn't want to have to hassle with that. And in looking at specs on things, I quickly realized that if you go to a dealership, buy a mower that has a commercial brand, or that does a lot of business in the commercial realm, even if it's a residential mower from their lineup, that they tend to have a lot of commercial mower parts on them. And that's how I ended up with the Gravely ZT-HD. So I started out looking at the Gravely, I think it's just the Gravely Z or Gravely ZX. And because I have slopes on my property, I wanted something with big beefy tires, and all of the lower level residential mowers seemed to have tires that weren't as big and beefy as I wanted. So when I got up to the ZT-HD, it had the 22 by 12s, and it had 13-inch casters up front. So I decided to go that route instead. I also looked at some other brands that were around the same price range. So I was basically looking at mowers in the $5,000 range. I didn't want to go full commercial. I wanted to go top end of residential. So in that lineup, for Gravely, you had mowers that were in the ZT-HD range, which range from $49.99, I think, for the 44-inch, all the way up to $54.99 for the 60-inch, which is about a $100 increase over the 2020 prices. Mine's a 2021. For Cub Cadet, there's a couple options that are kind of in this range. The dealership I went to had Cub Cadets. So you would have the Ultima Series ZT3, which is I think about $5,000 for the 60-inch deck. It had smaller tires on the back, smaller casters on the front, 11 gauge deck instead of 10 gauge, so it wasn't quite what I was looking for. But then you go up to the next level up, which is the ZTX 460, and it's I think it goes for $5,899. So you're up at almost $6,000 there. With tax in Indiana, it would have been over $6,000. But it also came with rollover protection, headlights. So you add those things to a ZTHD and you're up at that price point too. So you just got to go by reviews at that point, or what you like best. Which color do you like best, red or yellow, really? I was also looking at Hustler models. The dealership I was at didn't have the 2021 models in yet, but the 2021 equivalent to the ZTHD 60 would be the Raptor XDX 60. And I liked that. They had good tires, good grip on the tires. They have proprietary tread pattern that they use, which gives you really good grip. But there were a few things I didn't like about the Hustlers. One thing I didn't really like is there wasn't an access panel to the belts and pulleys. So you had to get under the frame to really get that stuff cleaned out. Also, the covers for the pulleys and belts on the outside were plastic, and they're metal on the ZTHD. I think the XDX 60 usually goes for about $5,550, which is right on par with the price of the Gravely's. I want to say one more thing about shopping at a dealership versus shopping at a big box store. You may be able to get a better price on some very similar equipment at a big box store like Lowe's or Home Depot, but you've got to think about the fact that I already mentioned you're not getting service at those places, and also usually an employee at Home Depot or Lowe's is the one who puts the mower together when it gets there from the manufacturer. So they may or may not be an expert on putting mowers together. I've read several reviews of Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, and some other mowers that are sold through these big box stores where they were assembled improperly, and that caused problems later for the owner. So that's another reason I went with the dealership instead of a big box store. Now, if you're looking at Gravely's and you want to save a little bit of money, you might take a look at the Ariens Apex series. I know these are sold at home stores, but I think some dealerships carry them too. Ariens owns Gravely, and these two mowers on the spec sheet are almost exactly the same. Same engine, same transaxles, same frame, same deck, same controls. I mean, they're really similar. Same tire sizes, all the dimensions are the same, the weight is the same. The only difference I was able to notice on the spec sheet and then the features and specs is that the Ariens mower does not have the seat isolators like the Gravely does. And it usually, I think, is about $400 less. So, like I said, if you can buy it from a dealership instead of a box store, I think the Ariens Apex 60 would be a good comparison for a little bit less money. And it's also orange instead of red, so whatever your color preference is there too. I almost forgot to mention, well actually I did forget to mention, so I'm recording this later, that there's also a variant of the ZTHD 60 that comes with a Kohler motor, and you can get that. I think it's $200 cheaper than the Kawasaki motor variant. So I think that one sells for around $52.99 for the 2021 model. If you're interested in a ZTHD, want to save a couple $100, you could go with the Kohler motor. I think it even has more horsepower, but I think I read that the torque was a little bit lower. They have all the same specs in terms of mowing speed and acres per hour and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be a big deal. But Kawasaki has that reputation in the industry. So the Kohler motor, obviously, they don't have the reputation, so it might sell for a little bit less. Thought I'd mention it. Most of the mowers I looked at had the same or similar motor in terms of the Kawasaki motor. Some had Kohler motors. One had a Briggs & Stratton motor. Kawasaki has a reputation in the business. They're what's in the commercial mowers typically, or the mower companies have their own brands, or they put their own engine in on their commercial mowers. So let's talk about the engine on this mower, and I'll tell you what the differences are between it and the next level up. Well, not the next level up. I'll tell you what the differences are between it and the motors you see in a lot of the commercial mowers. So here we go. So like I said before, this is the Kawasaki FR730V. It has a single stage air filter, 24 horsepower, around 38 foot-pounds of torque. So the main difference between this and the FX series motors that you'll see in the commercial mowers is that the FX series motors have a two-stage air filter system that I think gives them a little bit of a cold air intake. Also, the air coming in stays cleaner, makes the engine last a little bit longer. So all of the heavy-duty mowers for commercial use have two-stage air filters. I think that's the main difference between this motor and the commercial motor, the FX series. If you know something different, let me know in the comments. But the horsepower and torque ratings are almost exactly the same. Horsepower is a little lower on the FX series. The torque is exactly the same from what I saw on Kawasaki's website. So for the other difference on the FX series is it has a different type of starter that is better suited towards frequent stopping and starting. This mower here, it's residential. I'm gonna mow with it once a week probably, and during the course of that mowing session, I will probably turn it on 3 or 4 times. That's max. So I'm not mowing with it every day. I'm not starting and stopping all the time. I'm not turning it off and on all the time. So it's got the conventional type of starter where some of the gearing might wear out after a while and need to be replaced. This mower also has the Hydro Gear ZT3100 transaxles, which are serviceable. Most of the high-end residential mowers and all of the entry-level commercial mowers will have virtually the same transaxle setup. Some of them, the next level up, will have the ZT3200 transaxles, and then it goes up from there the more expensive the mowers get. So this is something that I was looking for in a mower as well. Some of the mid-range residential mowers had ZT2200 or 2800 transaxles. So I really wanted at least the 3100 to hold up over time, and it's serviceable, so that's what I got. The ZT-HD also has a 5-gallon fuel tank. Some of the mid-range residential models only would have a 3 or 3.5 gallon fuel tank, so I like the idea of being able to have my fuel last longer. And here you see the Hydro Gear overflow on each side. There's the oil filler. And here's that single stage air filter. I will probably get a pre-filter for that, I don't know. I also like the cutting height adjustment setup they've got on this mower. The deck is in the locked up position right now, and if you want to lower it, you reach down, push the lever, the foot lever with your foot. Ooh, if I can get it to focus. Pull back here, let it down. Right now you can see it's set at 3 inches. If I wanted to change that, push it up to the locking position, pull the pin out. It's got a magnet on the end, which is kind of cool. and if you wanted to go down to like 2.5 inches, it just locks in place like that, and the magnet kind of guides it into the right hole. And then let it down again. It's that easy. The parking brake is right here on the right side of the seat, which is convenient. The seat, oh, speaking of the seat, something you'll notice about this seat for 2021, the ZT HD, let me zoom back out. For 2021, that seat has rubber isolators, which helps a little bit with bumps while you're mowing. Isolates the seat from the frame a little bit. Also notice you can adjust the height on the handles here for the hydrostatic controls, which I like. I may actually be raising those up one notch. This is pretty much the same with all the mowers, but startup is a pretty simple process on this one. I'll show you how that goes just a second. All right, here's the key. It's got a little waterproof enclosure on it. There's an hour meter. That's a plate for a light switch if you want to put lights on here. And there's the PTO switch right there to control the blades. So, and there's the throttle control. So to start it, pull the choke up, turn it to the start, choke off. And what kind of YouTuber would I be if I didn't have a gratuitous slow-mo walk-around with some sort of weird techno music going, just to show you the bits and pieces of the mower. So here you go. Well, there you have it. My first impression of the Gravely ZT HD 60. This isn't a product review because I haven't had a chance to mow with it yet. It's early March. The grass isn't really tall enough or green enough to do that. Here in Indiana, it's still kind of brown and not really growing. So once I get the mower out there and do some actual mowing with it, I'll post up another video, and if you want to see that, you'll have to click the subscribe button, click the bell to get notifications. That way you'll know when I put that video up there. So I'm happy with my choice so far, no buyer's remorse, but then again, I haven't mowed with it. So be sure to click that subscribe button if you want to see the review of how it mows. If you enjoyed the video today, go ahead and click that like button. That helps me out a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching the video. Come back soon. See ya.